According to reports, the Los Angeles Chargers are setting their sights on a specific individual, none other than A.J. Brown. It's being reported that the franchise is closely monitoring the developments surrounding the star receiver. This potential move is, to put it mildly, absolutely fascinating. It captivates me on numerous levels for a whole host of compelling reasons. I am 100%, unequivocally in favor of the Chargers pursuing this path. It's time for that iconic Bolt logo to truly embody the aggressive, high-powered identity it's meant to signify. I would be over the moon with this acquisition. Let's break down why this is such an enticing prospect. First and foremost, he would thrive in Los Angeles. Who doesn't find happiness in that environment? Secondly, you have a franchise cornerstone in Justin Herbert, a burgeoning team culture, and a competitive edge. Now, factor in the arrival of the new offensive coordinator, Mike McDaniel. The potential for immediate explosive damage is undeniable. Just envision the synergy between Justin Herbert, A.J. Brown, and Mike McDaniel. What kind of offensive firepower are we discussing here? This move would instantly allow a player like Ladd McConkey to slide into a more complementary role, similar to what Devonta Smith does in Philadelphia. The offensive structure would suddenly have perfect layers. The Chargers must take this swing. They need to be aggressive and make this happen. The team demonstrated last season that they were far more formidable than their final record indicated, and despite significant hurdles, they still managed to achieve a considerable amount. Their defense was stout, and their offense remained competent even while operating with arguably the worst offensive line in the NFL, a backfield decimated by injuries, and an offensive coordinator whose play calling left fans desperately wanting a change. Considering those circumstances, the team would naturally improve this season with better health alone, even if the roster remained unchanged. They would take a significant step forward just by having key players available. However, by making a bold move like bringing in a creative mind like Mike McDaniel and acquiring a talent like A.J. Brown, all while securing a healthy offensive line, the trajectory shifts from improvement to dominance. My message to the front office is simple. Just do it. Seize this moment. Capitalize on the opportunity now. Be proactive and aggressive. What is there to wait for? There's no more time to be passive, to let things slowly develop, and to hope everything clicks. Make a monumental move and pursue victory with urgency. There's a tendency for people to immediately dismiss Mike McDaniel, pointing out his perceived shortcomings as a head coach in Miami. They say he wasn't suited for the top job. But look around the league. Robert Saleh was a coordinator for a very brief period before landing another head coaching opportunity. So, let's not operate under the assumption that McDaniel is damaged goods, that his failure in Miami means his career is stagnant, or that he's not eager to redeem himself. The truth is, no one knows his ambitions. He could easily depart next year for another head coaching vacancy. For instance, if the Washington Commanders decide to move on from Dan Quinn, McDaniel could be a perfect fit to go there and develop a young quarterback like Jaden Daniels. I'm certain he'd relish that challenge. The reality of the NFL is that there will always be job openings somewhere. It's a constant, ever-revolving cycle. So again, the Chargers need to be the ones to take that swing, to be bold and aggressive. Of course, there are technically other avenues to explore in the free agent wide receiver market. Names like Alec Pierce, Jawan Jennings, Romeo Doubs, Mike Evans, Rashid Shaheed, and Deebo Samuel are out there. There are definitely other options available. However, I believe A.J. Brown brings a unique element of physicality to the team that would be absolutely invaluable. He's a ready-made, established veteran in his prime. I'm not particularly interested in the potential headaches that come with acquiring a player like Deebo Samuel. Honestly, I'm just not. And while Mike Evans is a future Hall of Famer, his age is a factor. If you can get him on a team-friendly deal, you do it. I'd welcome him on any roster. But he can't be the primary acquisition. He's a complementary piece at this stage, not the centerpiece. Look at how well Davante Adams fit with the Raiders. That situation is different. For one, he was healthier at the time of his trade, and two, the Rams already have a player like Puka Nacua occupying a similar role. When you weigh the options, it really comes down to a choice between a player with high long-term upside like Alec Pierce and an established force like A.J. Brown. For me, the decision is clear. I feel that A.J. Brown is a player who is ready to win now. He's a dependable competitor with a proven track record. Even if there are concerns that he might be just past his absolute statistical peak, I firmly believe that with the combination of Justin Herbert's arm talent and Mike McDaniel's offensive scheme, your chances of maximizing any receiver's potential are at their highest. And A.J. Brown would be the primary beneficiary of that system. He would become the go-to guy, the reliable possession receiver who can move the chains and also threaten defenses downfield. You could argue that there might be more long-term upside in a younger, cheaper option like Alec Pierce or Romeo Doubs. But with those players, you're adding a nice rotational piece, not a true game-changing weapon that defenses must scheme against. Mike Evans, again, carries an age concern. Rashid Shaheed is exactly as described, a versatile speedster who provides significant value as a big play threat. That description is perfectly accurate. But I want a receiver who is more than just a big play threat. While A.J. Brown certainly provides the explosive capability, he also possesses the route-running precision and physicality to attack defenses surgically, which would perfectly complement the intellectual styles of Herbert and McDaniel. Make no mistake, McDaniel will want big plays. That's a given. But I've always preferred a balanced attack. Teams that live and die by the big play are too volatile. We see it all the time. When they're rolling, they look unstoppable. But when those chunk plays aren't available due to a good defensive scheme, the offense often looks lost, unable to sustain methodical drives. Playoff football consistently proves that you need to be surgical. Think about the Chicago Bears. They were excellent at generating big plays, but lacked a surgical element. And they lost because the Rams could consistently move the chains without relying on home run shots. The same principle applied when the Seahawks beat the Rams. It wasn't just about big plays from players like DK Metcalf or Tyler Lockett. The foundation of their victory was surgical, methodical offense. So, yes, I sincerely hope something like this A.J. Brown trade materializes. Picture this: a healthy offensive line protecting a healthy Justin Herbert, who is throwing to A.J. Brown, all while the running game features a 2- or 3-headed monster. Even if the defense takes a slight step back due to the loss of a great defensive coordinator, I don't foresee a catastrophic collapse. Jim Harbaugh's entire coaching philosophy, his very DNA as a football mind, is built on a foundation of tough, well-coached defenses. He has consistently prioritized that side of the ball throughout his career. The defense isn't going to magically fall off a cliff. They have the personnel and the head coach to remain solid. Just look at that beautiful logo. Make it a reality. Put that logo on an A.J. Brown jersey. The Chargers need to make a respectable offer to Philadelphia. A trade would satisfy both parties. Other teams, like the Rams, have been mentioned as potential suitors, but Philadelphia would likely be hesitant to trade him within the conference to a direct rival like that. Sending him to the Los Angeles Chargers, however, checks all the boxes for the Eagles. He goes to a different conference, and he joins a team with the potential to dethrone the Kansas City Chiefs. Philadelphia would love that narrative. It feels like the front runners for his services are New England and the Chargers. So the Chargers need to get in there and finalize a deal. Those are simply my thoughts on the matter, and I would genuinely love to hear yours. What is your take on the possibility of A.J. Brown landing with the Los Angeles Chargers? Let me know in the comments. I make it a point to read every single one. Whether you're on board with my perspective or you completely disagree, let's get some discussions going. Let's engage in some friendly debates, but ultimately, let's just have some fun with it. And please do consider subscribing to the channel. We are in the process of building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to have you as a part of it. My goal is to cultivate something we all feel genuinely connected to, something we're all truly excited to be a part of. I believe we're well on our way to achieving that. Please also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It genuinely helps with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much for your time and engagement. I'll see you in the next one.